Just like my physical desk at work or at home, it lets me visualize what I was working on previously. Lets me pick up where I left off. These are a few applications I was using earlier, my email, messaging, photos, and so on. We call each of these a card. And it's really easy to navigate the UI with cards. If I want to launch an application, I just touch. That's our Photos application. Looks beautiful on this large screen. I can rotate it to landscape, and all the applications automatically orient themselves. I can press the center button, takes me back to the card view. If I want to launch a new application, I can either use the quick launch bar at the bottom, or I can touch here to bring up the launcher. This is my favorites page on the launcher, shows me the most frequently used applications, and let's launch the calendar. Our calendar syncs with multiple sources. Exchange, Google, Facebook, and layers together all those appointments in a single view using Synergy. It's very convenient. You can press the center button and go back to the card view. Now sometimes cards make a lot more sense when you put them together rather than standalone. As an example, this is my to-do list for Valentine's Day. It's coming up. And since I'm going to be spending it in Barcelona yet again, I need to be super generous in my gift giving. So I thought, what better to get me out of trouble than a diamond? And I was researching that here on Blue 9. Now what I can do is I can grab this browser page and stack it with my shopping list so they can be together. We call this card stacks, and it helps me keep related activities together. Now, if only I had John's Black American Express card to add to the stack, I could actually buy that diamond. Maybe someday. When I'm done using an application, I can just flick it off the screen to close it. This is true multitasking, and it shines even more on the large screen of the TouchPad. This takes tablet UI to a whole new level, a level that is unmatched in the industry. Let me show you an application now that we spend a lot of time in, email. I'm back home. I want to catch up on my personal email. There's a message I was reading this morning. You can see the message body flows really well, very readable, and I can also see an image in line. But I want to check what new messages have come in since the morning. I can just drag this handle to the right, and that reveals my Gmail inbox. And I can easily switch to a different message, like this travel newsletter I subscribe to. Shows me all my HTML content. Looks great. Still optimizing some of this. Unfortunately, even after I get home, I cannot resist looking at my work pen. I'm sure a lot of you have the same problem. So I want to switch over to my work folder. No problem. I can just drag this handle once again, and it shows me all my accounts in a single place. So in the same view, you have all your accounts and folders, your current inbox, as well as your current email message. Once again, I can just drag or tap here, shows me more of the message, or I can drag it all the way to the right and shows me all the views at once. Email has never been this easy. And using Synergy, I can see all my accounts here. So I have Exchange, Google, Yahoo, and I can add more. And if I wanted to see all my incoming messages in a single place, I can go to all inboxes at the very top. Let's select Exchange. There's my Exchange folder. Scroll down. As you can see, I get too much email, just like all of you. So what I like to do is delete, and I like to delete several at once. For that, we added multi-select. Just a touch here, just select the emails I don't need anymore, hit delete, and there. So easy to declutter my mailbox. Now let's go see some of these messages that may be waiting for a response from me. Here's one from David, urgent. He wants me to review the marketing document for the Touchstone and provide my feedback. I can touch here, opens the attachment in a new card using Quick Office, and it renders just the way you would expect it to. Quick Office supports Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, as well as Adobe PDF. And it also seamlessly connects to the cloud using partner services such as Box.net and Google Docs. We plan to include a full version of Quick Office with the TouchPad, including editing for Word and Excel. Now, if I want to go back to my email, I don't have to close the document. I can just go back to the card view, easily switch back to email. And since David needs a response from me, I hit reply. That takes you to a reply card. There you see your virtual keyboard. We'll look at it more closely in just a minute. For now, I go back to the card view, and I can see all the 3 cards. All of us have a different way to work with email. And WebOS gives you all the flexibility you need. For example, I like to have multiple email cards open at the same time. And when there's an important message to respond to, I can just grab it, give it its own space so I don't forget. I can easily go back to reading my email without having to save to drafts. This is such a natural way to work. And we can do this because on WebOS, multitasking was not an afterthought. It was a key design principle from day one, and it shows. Now let's look at something more flashy. My daughter loves Kung Fu Panda. And whenever my friends find any new videos or any new information about Kung Fu Panda 2 that's coming later this year, they send it along. Looks like Caitlin found something that she saw recently, but somehow I missed it. So let's take a look. Just touch here, opens our browser in a new card, which has great support for video, both HTML5 and Flash. Let's see Flash.
My fist hungers for justice. That was my fist. Come on!
You guys, did you see that? I just was like, what?
What do you guys think? Let's go to another browser page. This one makes me nervous, so I'm going to jump to another one. Let's see what we are in the mood for. Maybe some cooking tonight. I get around to cooking once in a while. I love all recipes. And you can see the page looks just like on my desktop browser. Scrolling around is extremely smooth and fluid. It leverages the hardware acceleration that we have built into the TouchPad. Some good looking food here. Maybe the chicken ranch pasta salad. That looks good. Maybe I'll cook this tonight if I end up not going out. Ready in 30 minutes. That's probably 1 hour 30 minutes for me. So I'll have to think about this. I don't know. I'll have to think about this. And while I was browsing and I was emailing, I saw that some people were trying to get a hold of me. I could see the messages come in at the top, but the great thing about notifications on WebOS is that they are unobtrusive. They don't take over the screen, they don't disrupt my workflow, and when I'm ready to handle them, I just touch here. I can see I have 1 email message, I have 3 IM messages, and when I have multiple messages of the same type, like the IM messages, WebOS gives me a great way to triage from right here without having to go into the application. So if there are messages I don't care about, like donuts in the break room back in Sunnyvale, I can just swipe. Great Super Bowl. Great for people who are not Steelers fans. Swipe. And when I find something that's interesting, like dinner after the demo, I touch. And that launches me into the messaging application and brings me to the message that Sam just sent me. Our messaging app is special, which integrates all your SMSs as well as IMs from AOL, Yahoo, and Google in the same app, so you don't have to go hunting around for them in different places. While I'm here, I can easily respond to Sam using our virtual keyboard. This keyboard is really natural, just the way you'd want it to be. For instance, when you're typing numbers, you don't want to be switching around. So we added a numbers row right at the top. Second, we all have different sized hands. There is no perfect size keyboard. So what I like to do is to press and hold here Select the size. Goes all the way to extra small. Some of my coworkers like this. I prefer large. Go there. Nice and comfortable. Now let's go make those dinner plans.